Dobar dan svima. First of all, I want to tell you that we decided to speak in some kind of combination of Croatian and English. English because of our foreign guests who have supported us throughout this journey, and we feel it would be okay for them to understand what we're talking about today. And Croatian, because we kind of felt that Zagorka, who was fighting for the Croatian national identity, wouldn't be thrilled with a conference where we would speak only English. So we'll make a combination of those two. Dame i gospodo, dragi gosti, stvarno mi je izuzetno drago da vas vidim sve ovdje danas. Ovu prostoriju prepunu žena i još bolje od toga žena novinarki. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all today here to the Zagorka Connect conference. It's wonderful to see a room full of women, and even better, a room full of women journalists. You will see today all the necessary information about our Zagorka project. Vidjet ćete danas sve važne informacije vezano uz naš projekt Zagorka povezuje, koji danas zapravo i službeno počinje. Moje ime je Mila Moralić, u ovom projektu imam ulogu koordinatorice i zadovoljstvo mi je prvo pozvati za govornicu ambasadora Ujedinjenog kraljevstva u Republici Hrvatskoj, gospodina Javeda Patela. Mr. Patel, please take the stand and give us a few of your opening remarks.
Dobro jutro. Good morning, everyone. I won't try and attempt to translate everything that I say in English, so please forgive me for doing this entirely in English. But let me start by saying how delighted I am to be here today. I first learnt about this project a few months ago, and I was quite intrigued to understand the concept, but immediately I said to my team, this is something that I'm very keen that we as the embassy should be a part of, and I'm really proud that our embassy is connected to this project in this way, working in partnership with the Swedish embassy and other international partners on something that is increasingly important. I want this to be quite sort of upbeat and positive, but I want to also say and acknowledge that I know that journalism is under threat at the moment. I think we're living in a very digital age where there's so much misinformation out there. There's so much challenge and questioning to what journalists do. And it's really difficult for young people or people of any generation to understand what is accurate, what is the truth, and this obsession with clicks and likes and searching for engagement sometimes mean that we see less and less of objective reporting. And I think this is why this project really matters to me. I think it's why this project should matter to all of us. We need more women in journalism. We need good journalists, but we need people with conscience. And when I speak to colleagues in this room, and it's so lovely to be surrounded by so many inspirational women who I've met in my first few months here, I think having more people with conscience and women with conscience in journalism offering objective reporting is not just what Croatia needs, it's what the world needs. And so I want this project to grow and be a huge success. We will continue to support it in whatever way we can. And I'm just very glad to be part of this story. So again, thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. And I'm looking forward to continuing the dialogue and to listening to how you progress. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. I will now call my colleague, Maja Sever, to leave the camera and take the role of the President of the Croatian Trade Union of Journalists and the European Federation of Journalists and give us her opening remarks.
Hvala lijepa i hvala meni je isto drago da govorimo malo hrvatski zbog naše drage Zagorke koja se borila isto tako za hrvatski jezik u javnom prostoru, ali isto tako ću vrlo kratko i vrlo loše prevesti našim kolegama na engleski. Dakle, kao mlada kad sam počinjala raditi kao novinarka, redakcije su bile stvarno živa mjesta. Ja se sjećam da smo svaki dan u nekakvih 10-11, gledam prema Mirjani, jer Mirjana je dio tog kružoka, sjeli na trgu na kavu na HRT-u i razgovarali o svemu. Razgovarali smo o dnevniku, razgovarali smo o prilozima, nismo bili uvijek jako pametni, znali smo i ogovarati, pogotovo ja, ali u svakom slučaju svaki dan smo pričali. Pričali smo u redakciji, pričali smo i na kavi dok je kava još na HRT-u postojala. Dijelili mišljenja, savjete i kritike. Ti svakodnevni razgovori u redakciji, na trgu, u hodnicima mene su oblikovali kao novinarku, a mogu čak reći kao osobu. Ok, ajmo probati na engleski. When I started working as a young journalist, newsrooms were lively places. We take a coffee together, talk about news, exchange opinions, advice and criticism, and those everyday conversation and talks about journalism and everything else really build me, shape me professionally and personally. Danas je situacija drugačija. Kroz sindikalni rad s mlađim kolegicama shvatila sam koliko često su same. Njihov posao često se svodi na sate i sate tipkanja, ja to znam zvati rudnik, u tišini redakcije. I ta tišina se meni u mojoj glavi postala je glasna. Po mojem uvjerenju i loša za novinarstvo. Jer najbolje priče nikad nisu nastajale u tišini, nego u razgovoru, u raspravama, pa i na kavi. Today things are different. To my work with young colleagues as a unionist, I realized how often they are left alone. They work in frequently reduced to hours of typing in silent in a newsroom. That silence has become very loud, for my opinion, and in my view harmful for journalism, because best stories were never created in silence, but through communication, talks, to exchange opinion and also on coffee. Kad me Ivana Dragičević, koja će govoriti nakon mene, pozvala na kavu, odnosno kada nas je sve pozvala na kavu, u tom razgovoru na kavi shvatile smo koliko nam fali ta komunikacija, koliko nam fali redakcija i shvatile da bez podrške i tog nekog osjećaja redakcije novinarstvo zapravo čak i gubi smisao. Iz tog jednog razgovora, iz te jedne kave zajedničke, rodila se ova ideja. Jednostavna ideja da se povežemo i da pošaljemo mladim kolegicama jasnu poruku. Niste same, tu smo za vas. When Ivana invited me for a coffee, we quickly realized how much we missed these talks, and also realized that without community and shared reflection, journalism lost meanings. From that coffee came a simple idea, this one, to connect and to send clear message to younger colleagues. You are not alone, we are here for you. Tako je nastala mentorska mreža, uz naravno putem, pomoć, suradnju, gdje u publici vidim ljude koji su nas također povezivali, od kojih smo pomalo i učili, i ova mreža je zapravo prostor za razgovor o problemima s kojima se novinarke danas suočavaju, ali i jednostavan znak podrške, da imaš nekoga kog možeš nazvat, kog možeš poslati poruku, da imaš nekoga ko razumije ovaj posao i pokušava shvatiti s čim se vi suočavate. So, that is how this mentoring network was created. It is a space to talk about challenges in journalism and what you are facing today, but also a simple sign of support, knowing that there is a somewhere who understand or even want to understand what professional and even personal pressures you are faced in a newsroom. Vjerujem da ćemo kroz ovu mrežu pomagati jedna drugoj i dok mi starije donosimo iskustvo, ajmo reći nekakvo znanje, mlađe kolegice otvaraju nam zapravo mnoge perspektive i podsjećaju i nas zašto smo izabrali ovaj posao, ali i uče nas nekim novim stvarima koje možda mi zaista i ne vidimo i ne znamo. I believe this network will help us support one another, while we may bring experience, younger colleagues bring fresh perspectives and remind us why we choose this profession in the first place. Zadnja rečenica. I na kraju, hvala svima koji su podržali ovu ideju, naravno veleposlanstvu koje je prepoznalo i ovaj projekt i dodijelilo nam i neka sredstva. Za sve vas koji ste ovdje i prepoznajete što zapravo radimo i dajete nam podršku, nadam se da ćemo nastaviti, da ćemo nastaviti i pronaći resurse za nastaviti jačanje Zagorki, jer bez solidarnosti nema kvalitetnog novinarstva, a bez podrške ženama u novinarstvu nema, vjerujte mi, ni njegove budućnosti. Finally, thank you everyone for supporting this idea, especially for Embassy, to recognize and give us this project, and to all who recognize this importance of solidarity. Because without solidarity, there is no quality journalism. And without supporting women in journalism, there is no future in a journalism, trust me.
Thank you, Maya. As the ambassador said very bluntly at the beginning of the conference, journalism is under threat. We are all aware of that. Women journalists are under double threat. So how, why, and most of all, what we're dealing with and how we want to deal with it. I invite now my dear colleague Ivana Dragicevic to give you a short presentation about one of the whys we're here today.
Thank you, Mila. Thank you, everyone, for being here, first of all, and supporting us. And it's fantastic to see this combination in a first row. So next generation taking the seats they deserve, first of all. So big applause to our mentees today. So as Mr. Ambassador said, and knowing the current situation, which basically accelerated all these things that Mila and Maya were talking about, I just made a very short overview because you all have policy analysis, you know what the legislation is in European Union, globally. So I just want to show you basically where we stand today. This is the statistics from 2020 to 2025 from UNESCO. Dakle, ovo je statistika o online nasilju prema ženama novinarkama globalno. 73% now in 2025, it's 75%, has experienced online violence in the course of work. Reporting, you see the discrepancy. Those who report and those who experience, it's really disproportionate, and this is one of the reasons we organized this initiative. Concerning the online attacks and disinformation campaigns, this overpassed 50% already. And the problem that we have today is, you saw it maybe in the Grok case and this deepfake porn, AI content, which is intentionally targeting female journalists, is on the rise. Europe has a legislation, has DSA, has AI Act, but how to implement it, how to foster newsrooms to basically put this in place and have people employed who deal with this is another level for you to think about. So this is basically from the UNESCO survey. The name of the survey, and of course this is the International Consortium of Female Journalists, is The Chilling. So this is the sentiment. This is what we feel. And what we feel is of utmost importance because the world of today and the attacks towards our democracy, because of which EU developed its democracy shield also, is this chilling effect that we all feel. The global campaign is called CTRL Alt Mute. Anyone heard of this? No. Okay. So this is the problem, the impact. We have things, we have legislation, we have initiatives, we have international bodies talking about it, also International Federation of Journalists, European Federation of Journalists, but impact out there, ask your bosses in the newsroom. Zero. So how does it look like? Females experience this in various kinds during their lives, okay? You know, from it's always gender-based, it's always because you are a woman, and the consequences of this are these ones. One of the gravest one we see today is that female journalists leave the profession, more and more. Even though in the, let's say, late 90s and 2000s, journalism was really female profession, we see more and more. I can mention a couple of really well-known TV journalists. You have two cases from CNN, Christiane Amanpour and Sarah Snyder, the one who reported from George Floyd to now Minneapolis, cancers. So you have also, you know, serious health issues, not just mental health and dealing with all this. I think these two last ones are the worst because with AI it accelerates at such speed and level, it's, you know, impossible to track. So we have two cases in Croatia which I think are paradigmatic for those of you who don't know, because these are recent cases. Both of the cases of our female colleagues, because of their work, they were not just physically attacked from the highest positions of power. The level of online violence was, for me, unbelievable. You know, we have some trackers that do this. So one case is Melita Vrsaljko, the other case is Danka Derifaj. These are the recent ones. We have more, you know, a lot of us here experience the same, but I think for you it's important to look at these ones because it's systemic and paradigmatic, both those cases. So we have local spillovers of the global things. This is the recent one. So, Antifas, our president of European Federation of Journalists, present here, who talked. Mojmira Pastorčić, our colleague who is the anchor of the main news program on RTL television, and the head of the culture section in Večernji List, one of the most important daily newspapers. It's because they reported of this guy who fled, okay, who was deported from the US to Croatia. And maybe you can play this. This is
Libres. Menstruacije
you see what they put us, the algorithm before the female content.
Libres.
So this is Mojmira Pastorčić. We don't show Libres.
Zaštita koja te poznaje iznutra i
talking
izvana.
what she gets online, even though she doesn't have Facebook. Please listen to this to understand.
Nikad nisam imala Facebook, ali voljela bih vam pročitati što sam na Facebooku pročitala o sebi s papira. Ja sam očito za HDZ, glavni pitbull stožera, anarhist, otvoreno navijam za Možemo. Ja sam kato-talibanka, pravoslavka, četnikuša, jugonostalgičarka, zlojmira, covid veleposlanica, lažljivica, plaćenica, vještica nad vješticama, prodana duša, tko ti više vjeruje glupačo, tupava voditeljica, potplaćena tuka, uzor su mi kradezeovske lopine, novinarka kao neka druga vrsta, ali ne ljudska, i moj osobni favorit, tebe bi Mojmira i toster mogao zamijeniti, a ne robot. Hvala svima, ali vratimo se mi našoj temi.
Libres.
Okay, thank you. So this is from this UNESCO thing. They don't have a TikTok, but TikTok is the worst concerning the age group that we are dealing with, and these are females under 30, because they're targeted with this kind of campaigns, as well as the young males are targeted with the opposite content, as you probably know. So this is where harassment happened like 5 years ago, and the impact is also seen in this statistics. So basically, when you look what's going on where, Grok, we saw the recent case with Elon Musk and the EU reaction towards sexualized and porn deepfakes. Meta, I think these pylons are very serious things because it's scale of unbelievable size. And if you look at Meta algorithm at the moment, so how do you feel this algorithm? You move from Facebook for some longer period, 3 months, and then you come back and it resets to what they offer, not what you choose. And what they offer now is very dubious content. I'll leave it to this side. And I think this is the biggest problem that we face today globally, not just as a EU. And, this is the thing basically we wanted to tackle in this first year of our initiative, and to basically empower our mentees to understand what's going on and to build this network that can maybe change some things, because I still believe Croatia, even though our media landscape is ruined more and more, is a small country, and it can be a positive experiment concerning these things. So if we take Croatia as a case, we can maybe do something, but for that you need fantastic syntagma, political will, and you need strong media organizations, and first of all, newsrooms. And we'll hope that we will get to this point. So thank you once again for all of you to supporting us. I will also mention the Dutch ambassador, who basically gave us an idea of mentoring and connected us to the center Mentoring in Business. So I think to have some kind of business incentive in this is also an important thing. Thank you for coming, and looking forward to work with you girls. And thank you also to the representation of the European Commission, who is taking us to Brussels to see if we can push towards European institutions and present them this as some kind of viable initiative for all of the EU. Thanks.
Thank you, Ivana. We shape the space. I really like this. I think it can become one of our keywords or key sentences in defining our goals. I am left with just a few more thank yous and a couple of introductions before we start the panel with our young mentees. My biggest thank you today in this room goes to our first group of mentors. I call them our founding mothers, naše majke osnivačice. And these are the women who pick up their phones when I call them, and without any doubt they said the famous Croatian word, which is ajmo. Ajmo it's a synthesis of big energy and big ideas. So please, I would like you to give a round of applause for our founding mothers. Ivana Dragičević, who you heard just speak. Maja Sever. Nataša Božić, Dora Kršul, koja danas nije s nama, vjerovatno radi na nekoj važnoj priči, veselimo se raspletu. Silvana Menđušić također radi. Tena Perišin, Sanja Modrić, Mirjana Rakić, Silvija Šeparović, koja je u eteru, Irena Frlan, Anka Bilić-Keserović i Nataša Škaričić. When we announced our first call for the mentees, I was wondering how it's going to end up, but it turned out that we had doubled the number of applications for which we can actually provide mentors for. So we decided to expand the group, the mentees, but also the mentors. So I'm happy today to see here some new faces, some young journalists starting in their profession or finishing colleges who will join this initiative and be paired with the others' mentors in their group. Thank you very much for the UK Embassy in Zagreb and its team, Snježana in particular, who helped us in recognizing the main activities that we have to focus on in this chapter. You being a journalist also helped along the way, always asking the right question, even if I wasn't prepared for the one in that moment. To the European Commission and its support, as Ivana said, we are planning a trip to Brussels with all of our mentors and all of our mentees to talk about important things when it comes to gender and when it comes to journalism. Also to the ambassadors of Netherlands, Ireland, Canada, and Sweden, and Brazil, who didn't make it today, for your continuous support during this journey. And we're looking forward to more projects and more cooperations. So our first group is now matched, and I'm happy today that in this room we already have, as I mentioned, the second group of mentees waiting to be matched. All of our pairs already did their first sessions, decided what they want to work on, what they want to improve, whether it's investigative journalism techniques, interviewing techniques, or just learning how to stand up for themselves in their newsrooms, which is also very important and will be a part of our journey together. So what is next for Zagorka? Other than learning, as mentioned, we have some traveling. We have an organization in the UK who worked with us on this project. A special thanks goes out for them as well, Women in Journalism. It's a big, serious organization that does more than 150 matching during the year. And we're going to visit them in London, a group of us. We're going to talk about mentoring, and we're also going to visit some of the famous British newsrooms, including BBC and Reuters. I'm not going to reveal more. We have some other things planned as well, also with the European Parliament, who is supporting us along the way. And our next goal, and I'm speaking from the heart now here, is to try to make Zagorka into a regional and a European network. I'm happy here today that we have guests from Montenegro and North Macedonia, our partner trade union organizations that are already have some very similar structures within their unions, but are willing to, they were shadowing us throughout the whole project and are willing to partner with us in exploring more in mentorship. We will be presenting Zagorka to the European institutions in Brussels and also during the Voices Festival in Florence. We feel that we share the challenges, the problems of journalism today in Europe, including poor working conditions, declining interest in journalism as a profession, no support, and online and in-person threats. So basically, I personally don't see a reason why an investigative journalist, a young woman from Croatia, wouldn't have a mentor from Sweden. We had a visit from a group of Swedish investigative journalists, already made some contact. I don't see a reason why we couldn't have a mentee and a mentor match from Croatia and Italy or the Netherlands when we speak about working conditions and the state of journalism today. So I see a huge potential and multiple cooperation possibilities. So my job in the next period of time will be to make it happen. Thank you once again, all of you, for supporting us in this journey. Now we're going to have a panel with our mentees, and I invite all of you to take your positions here. I thank the ambassadors for coming here today and taking the time to familiarize themselves with our work. And Natasha, you will be the one who will be doing this talk. We will do that in Croatian, about who you are, why you decided to join the program, and what do you expect from your mentors. Please take the seats.